Today we're with John Fagan, manager of MVP Business Solutions for PPG. Welcome, John.
Hi, Jason. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
With the continual changes in the collision repair industry, collision repair facilities must look for business improvement processes. What are some of the classes that you offer to help with this?
PPG MVP has a pretty diverse offering, Jason. We have our Lean for Collision series, our Business Development series that is 1 and 2 day classes that are focused on the business side of collision repair and the process side of collision repair. We have a 1 day parts class that has been enormously successful for us the past couple of years. We have a refinish area optimization class that focuses on how we use the spray booth, specifically changeover, meaning one car coming in, ready to go, when it's done, coming out and getting the next one in. In addition to that, we've got a brand new revamped advanced estimating class that we just rolled out this year that's become really popular. It's a really good class. We're getting great feedback from our customers who attend. And a brand new one is administrative process improvement, which focuses on a lot of the questions that we've been getting from our customers around the office staffing at body shops these days.
So what can you tell me about this advanced estimating class?
Well, it's 2 days. It's pretty intensive, and it is an advanced estimating class. One of the cautions we put out is for folks that are pretty new to the industry, only have maybe a year or two experience, it might be a little much. But we're getting incredibly good feedback from customers. They're finding that it's easier to research repair procedures, it's easier to document repair files, they understand the P pages better, and overall, they're getting paid for more of the operations they have to perform to repair today's complex cars.
Is there anything in this course that covers some of the newer vehicle technologies that are out there?
Absolutely, Jason. There's a big focus on current construction methods of cars and trucks. A lot of our shop customers understand that they have to follow the vehicle manufacturer's recommendations on repair procedures, but having an understanding of how those cars and trucks are being manufactured and the components, the complexity of the components that are going into those cars and trucks helps deepen the understanding when they're confronted with questions about why they're replacing something or why they're repairing something a certain way. It gives them the depth of knowledge and it helps with the perception as the repair professional.
Yeah, there certainly has been a lot of construction material changes over the past couple of years. What about some of these advanced driver assistance systems that are out there?
So that's a huge challenge, not only for the collision repair industry, but just at large. There's so much technology advancing so quickly there. And there was a day when I was doing collision repair for a living that if we had to put a mirror on a car or truck or had to put a bumper cover on a car or truck, it was about doing body work.
Yeah.
These days, it's still about doing body work, but because of all this ADAS technology and with the radars that are on cars and trucks now, that repair can be incredibly complex versus what it was when I was in the shop doing the work for the living.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Yep.
So the information in this course, does that help the collision repair facilities deal with insurance companies differently?
Absolutely, because everything these days is about file documentation and being able to support what we have to do to cars and trucks when we have them in the shop. So in addition to helping folks understand how to better document files, we also go through some of the ways in which you can get those documents attached to repair files. Some of the relevant things that have to be attached with images as far as the notes goes, being specific because we're tasked with helping folks understand what we have to do at the shop level to fix these complex automobiles, and we're communicating with folks that really don't know what we know. So we have to be clear and articulate about how we do that, but it does help with the communication with the insurance industry when it comes to repairing things.
So PPG is an automotive refinish organization. In the class, do you cover any of the processes related to that or some of the information that's necessary for refinishing?
Not so much the repair processes themselves, right, Jason, but what we do take a pretty deep dive into in one module is our refinish module. It's challenging to know what you're getting paid for in the estimating databases. When you point and click on a panel and the automatic refinish time is populated, there are a host of other things that we refer to as the gap between what refinish pays for and oftentimes what our customers need to do to get that car refinished. So that refinish section opens a lot of people's eyes on the fact that the refinish times that populate aren't necessarily covering all the materials and all the things that we have to do to paint that car or truck.
So you're getting a little bit more in depth in the P pages?
Absolutely. Beyond just refinish, we take a really deep dive into P pages because, again, when it comes to repair opportunities, and especially with the cost of materials these days, on these complex vehicles, we're using a tremendous amount of materials, and some of those materials are extremely expensive. And knowing how and where to apply those to an estimate and what is included and not included is probably more important now for shops than it ever has been in the past.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that estimating class sounds fantastic. What about some of the other classes that you mentioned?
Well, another new one that we have, Jason, is MVP Administrative Process Improvement, which is really born out of questions we continue to get from our customers relative to the number of office staff for a body shop. Are those office staff doing the right things? Do I have enough people for the size of my business? Do I have too many people for the size of my business? And are my costs in line with my sales?
Now, has that evolved within the shop as far as how many staff I need? Has the environment of the collision repair industry kind of changed quite a bit that it's not the same as it was maybe 5-10 years ago?
That's a great question, because when I got into the industry, we typically had one office person for every 6 production staff even. These days, a lot of our customers are 2 production staff for 1 single person in the office, and we're even seeing customers that are 1-to-1, because to your point with the question, the administrative burden at the shop level over the course of the past 15, 20 years continues to put more and more work in the front office of the body shop just to process that single repair order.
Well, I think it's awesome that you reached out to your customers and gotten that feedback, and you've evolved your courses as the industry's evolved. I think it's fantastic.
This course specifically was designed around the concerns that they have, and it's a bit of a departure for our style of class. It's a highly interactive class. We have to have a pretty small group in this class compared to some of the other classes, but it is very exercise intense. The people that participate in this class are up moving around doing exercises all day, going through some experiential learning relative to the administrative process, and people have a lot of fun with the class as well. So there's value in the learning as well as an enjoyable experience coming to that class.
Well, that certainly sounds like a great class. What other MVP classes are out there?
Well, we have a one-day parts class that has become very popular with our customers, and it focuses primarily on the parts processes inside the business. And you know, parts can be a challenge for collision repair shops for a whole variety of reasons. And we're not going to be able to solve every problem in a one-day class, but the customers that are coming to that class are walking away with some value and continuing to feed back to us that they found something out of spending that day together with us. They were able to improve their business and their parts process.
That's great. And you mentioned something earlier about some refinish stuff with the spray booth as well.
Yeah, we have a relatively new class called Refinish Area Optimization that is an evolution from a paint shop throughput class that we have. It focuses primarily on the booth and how we utilize that in the shop. Specifically, what we look at in that class and help our customers to do better at is the changeover process. Okay. When one car comes off the bake cycle and it's finished up and we're ready to roll next to it in, how effectively, how efficiently are we getting that done so we can maximize this resource in the shop?
Okay. And what about the lean offerings that you have?
Our lean for collision offering is probably our core offering at the center of everything that we offer. It starts with our 3-day Greenbelt class, which is a very, very intensive look and learning experience at process improvement, specifically focused on lean processes and the lean approach to collision repair.
In addition to the green belt, what else do you have?
So we have a 1-day white belt class that is specifically designed to be done at the shop or near the shop with all of the staff at the shop. And that 1-day class offering packages up a tremendous amount of material that's in the 3-day Greenbelt class. It's a diverse enough offering to give technicians, parts people, estimators, office staff a look into lean processes and how they can apply to the body shop. And it helps them effectively make decisions of whether or not it makes sense for their business and their lives to dive into lean and try and improve the business processes.
And do you offer some coaching in that class for the technicians themselves? I know they can be a little bit resistant to change from time to time.
Specifically, yeah. But at the end of the day, a lot of the focus of lean is making sure that the workers have everything they need to do their jobs effectively. And once the technicians see the white belt class, they typically are nudging ownership and management to get this thing rolling.
That's great. Well, John, it certainly sounds like PPG is committed to their customers and their success. If I'm looking for more information on the MVP classes, where can I find that?
You can find more information about the classes that we discussed today at ppgmvp.com, as well as our entire offering through MVP Business Solutions. You'll also see the schedule there for upcoming classes in the United States and Canada, and be able to download flyers that will give you more details around those classes.
That's great. Well, I really appreciate your time today, John.
Thank you, Jason. It was a pleasure being here.